Hey, it's Max here from A Better Universe. Today, we're going to talk about the mind. That's right. The most important thing out of any workout program, any life development program, any personal plan, any goal setting, any dream you have to develop the mind. Over in India, they say a well-developed mind is a wishing tree. Confucius said, "He who thinks he can and he who thinks he can't are both usually right." And this one I want to read to you. I don't have it memorized, I apologize. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. That was Buddha. Now I know I'm pushing a lot of Western philosophy on you, but they have something about them that has prevailed over thousands and thousands and thousands of years. These ancient techniques to develop your mind, your body, and your energies, but they always found the most importance in the clarity of the mind, the meditations, the calming, producing joy in your life. That was always their main intent and focus. So when we talk about the mind, what are we really talking about, though? There's two aspects, in my opinion. You have your intent, your thoughts, and then you have your emotions, which is your energy, what's going to make you feel full or empty in life. The intent and thoughts are just your direction. It's a director of your energies. You can also use it for the survival process. Your thought is linked to your survival, past experiences to weigh out the future outcomes to see if it's more probable and likely positive outcome. That's what your thoughts can do. They're very logical. They're dry. They don't really have much to them to sustain life in your body. Being logical is a very miserable life. Emotions are the things that make it worth living for, The smell of a flower, the love of another, they're powerful. You can feel them, but you can't express them with words. That's something that's powerful, Something you can't express in a vocal tonality. It's more powerful than that. And it's a feeling inside of your body most of the time it's generated by outward experiences, but it's really your inner perception that's making these powerful emotions. So if you can control your thought process to direct these emotional energies towards your desired outcome, there's almost nothing that can stop you. Let me just read this for you once. Your thoughts are an accumulation of interpreted sensations linked to the emotion creating your perceived reality, which isn't always real. Now let me put a little example into that, or rewind the video if you need to hear it again. Suppose you go out today and somebody looks over at you and says, "Oh, nice pants, dude." And you look down and you see a stain on your pants and you think he's being sarcastic, and then you formulate this reason in your head why he said that to you. Then you go through your whole entire day upset and mad at this dude that you probably don't even know because he gave you a compliment because you interpreted it the wrong way. You perceived it the wrong way in your own brain, because that's just what we do sometimes. The mind is rampant. There's this thing. It's called observing without judgment. And it's very important to do, because if you can realize that your thoughts and intent is all linked to emotions, which are the driving energy force, you have to be very careful about what you think about. But you have to observe things for what they are, so that way you don't apply energy into a negative manner, into something that you don't desire or have an outcome for. It's important. These two things are linked. So if you observe something and you interpret it the wrong way, then you're just doing damage to your future, your outcome, maybe even your financial outcome. So take these thoughts and bring them in and just look at them. Try not to associate feelings or identities or past experience or future expectations with them. Just try and see them for what they are, and that'll bring a new sense of clarity into your mind and thoughts. You'll be able to see. We're all living in this skewed reality of our interpretation of what's going on around us from past experiences. We gotta drop all this mental baggage that we have if we want to create a life the way we want it. It's an important aspect, because if you link all these negative emotions with your thoughts, you're going to create dysfunction, disharmony, being broke, unemployed, sick, fat, dumb, whatever you want to call it. 90% of the problem in this world is a disease of the mind. It's a negativity. It's an uncontrollable Energizer bunny on Adderall that keeps running, that you don't even have any awareness or control over. You just think thoughts. You don't exercise any control, or you don't exercise the awareness that you're even thinking these thoughts. You just let them run and run and run and run through your brain all day. And if you're getting super angry or sad or depressed and you're linking these to your thoughts, you're just creating more neural pathways and a stronger connection and more chemical releases, and you're becoming addicted to being a loser, being broke, being fat, being dumb. You're becoming what your outcome of your thoughts are. It's not the way to go. You gotta change it. You gotta move it, manipulate it, harness it, control it. You have to become who you want to be. Because if you don't, you'll just be a brainwashed fucking cubicle saddened and depressed human who just works his 9 to 5 to get his retirement, to fucking pay for a house that he doesn't even fucking like the people he lives with. You're gonna be depressed and fucking miserable if you don't take control of your life, your thoughts and emotions. I want to go into the emotions now, because we talked about the thoughts and the intent, but really without any emotion hooked to it, we're just a logical vessel. We're like a zombie, really. I mean, think about it. If you never loved somebody or if you've never felt sadness, you could never really know what feeling love was. If you never felt love, you definitely could never know what it's like to have different degrees of happiness. Love is a kind of almost an ecstasy, bliss of over, just being, happy-go-lucky, having a smile on your face, feeling good. So there's different intensities that you have to learn to link to your thought process and your desired outcome, because not only, even if you don't even believe in the esoteric part of it, that it's your energy and it's manifesting into your reality, it's what's going to be within you that's going to drive you forward. They say the most powerful thing to keep you on track is your why. But what is a why? It's logical thought process linked with a desired outcome with an emotion, with a reason. The emotion is the reason. Happiness is the reason. What makes you happy is the logical part. But with those two linked together, it's your why. I hope that makes sense. I hope that I explained that well, because that's really important, to have a why, to have a reason. If you don't have a reason, what the fuck's the point? You're just fucking doing it to do it. You do it because you're disciplined. I mean, that's great. If you're that disciplined just to do something, that's great. I mean, that's part of being successful, is doing the things that you don't want to do. Successful people do the things they don't want to do on days that they don't have to do it. That's what's going to make you successful. But having a why behind it, that's going to take away the discipline. That's going to give you the inspiration. That's going to be your driving force. That's going to be your inner. That's going to be that gut fire that you got, that tingle you got going up your arms and your neck, the energy that's surging towards your brain, and it makes you just feel like you're unstoppable. You have to link those two to achieve towards your goals. It's going to get you through the tough times. The emotion, the knowing that you can become more and happier if you achieve X goal. That why. That's going to push you. You're not going to need discipline. You might need a little discipline just to get started. But once you get started, you already know you're working towards it. You feel it when you're working towards it. It's an emotion. It's a feeling. You're just... The whole process here of achieving our goals is just a emotional state of we're just trying to get to the most pleasant emotional state that we can possibly achieve. Isn't that all we're trying to do? If you're going for happiness, that's your highest possibility of pleasantness. You know? If you're trying to achieve X goal or Y goal, and that sense of accomplishment gives you the most amount of happiness, then you're just trying to... Some people drink because they don't like who they are when they don't drink. Or they don't like who they are, period, so they drink to forget about it. They're just trying to become more pleasant. People who go to church are just trying to find something more pleasant within them. People who do drugs, they don't want to deal with real life. It's unpleasant. So they make it more pleasant. They take the quick road. I'm telling you, the quick road's not the answer. The quick road, you throw away emotions and you take comfort. You take quick comfort. Not for ultimate pleasure and happiness and your most pleasant state. It's going to require a little bit of pain. But how are you ever going to know what your most pleasant state is unless you've experienced your most painful state? If you're here and you rise to here, it's going to feel good. But if you came from fucking way down here and you rise up to here, ooh, that feeling's going to feel so good, you're going to want to go higher. That's the thing, man. You got to... Sometimes it doesn't matter what you think. It's all just what you feel. It's a feeling. To take the courage and to do what feels right. They did a study where the heart, the mind, and the activity in your gut can predict up to 5 or 10 seconds into the future of... Let me rephrase that. Your heart, gut, and mind will start reacting 5 or 10 seconds before an outcome that's going to happen. They did this study where they had pictures, they hooked them up, obviously, brain, heart, and stomach, hooked them up with whatever sensors you use for that. I'm sorry, I don't know the scientific terms for that. And then they showed them random pictures at different intervals of good and bad. Let's say Hitler in peace, let's say murder versus nature's flowers, stuff like that. That's the kind of pictures that they would send at random intervals. And they found that the brain, the heart, and the gut started responding 5 to 10 seconds before the pictures would appear. If you can have that feeling, if you can apply that towards your life, when people say you have a gut feeling or it came from the heart, that's it. That's not a logical thought process. That's a feeling. That's a deep gut emotional energy that you have towards your desired outcome. Your brain, when you visualize, your front cerebral cortex can show you these things, but only what you feel is right. That's what's going to get you from here to here. You can go all day on what you think, but there's no driving force behind what you think. It comes from inside, within. I just want to, check this, make sure I covered everything. Another great quote, I think it's by Eric Thomas. Your attitude will affect the altitude of your life. Think about that. Take that thought into your day. Say that 100 times today. Let it be known that what you think and what you feel are going to manifest into your life, your reality. This is Max from A Better Universe, your mind, body, spirit connection. We're almost at the end of this 60-day challenge. My friends were up from Virginia, one of my buddies from the Navy. I had a couple dips, I'm not gonna lie. Woke up late one day. But I knew that feeling. I knew inside that wasn't right. Kind of beat myself up a little bit about it, but then I thought, this isn't doing any good for the system. All you have to do is just get back on track. You made a mistake, but don't beat yourself up about it. Don't do harm to your own system. Don't manifest an undesired outcome because you didn't do what you were supposed to one day. Pick it up. Be happy. Be grateful. Be present in the moment. That's important. I was happy my friends were here. I wanted to spend time with them. Be present in that moment. Don't beat yourself up about something that you should be doing. That's no way to live a happy life. See, your thoughts and emotion. Your thoughts, when you link them to emotions, can be destructive if not used in the proper way. That's why they always say, be present, be in the moment. Because most of the time, your thoughts won't run rampant trying to find a future expectation or linking something in the past. That's where you find your happiness, this moment alone. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.